Hey, everybody. Hey there. Hi. Hi, replay people, as we give a moment for live people to join us. Hey, I heart you. I heart each of you. Peekaboo. Welcome to the Midday Moment, everybody. If this is your first time joining us, I'm your host, Dr. Davina Jones. The Midday Moment, it is the place where we expect great things. And we expect great things not because we ignore the questions of our day, not because we ignore the challenges of our day. We expect great things because we recognize that we are both fully human and fully divine. And in our fully human selves, we got stuffs. In our fully divine selves, we got stuffs. The difference is that the stuff in our divine self, it heals the stuff in the human self. And so the midday moment is designed to help you tap into your divine. And we're not by ourselves. We are part of a larger network called Kingdom, and we have a menu of Kingdom inspirations. And so we share from time to time our commercials on our Facebook page here called the Midday Moment. And so take a peek so that you can make your menu selections. I'm absolutely delighted that you've decided to join us right here in the middle of the day. Yes. Somebody once told me the nerve of you to come on here in the middle of the day, but your nerve is somebody else's necessity. And so I share with that in mind that I'm not just being a blessing to myself, but I'm being a blessing to other people too. All right, come on, OGs. Come on, OGs. That's what I meant to say. It's time for the midday moment. Come on, y'all. It's time for the midday moment. It's time for the midday moment. Hey, whoa, it's time. Yes, I'm expecting. I'm expecting great things. I'm expecting great things. Come on, y'all. I'm expecting great things. I'm expecting great things. Now tell me, where are you expecting in my life? Yeah, I'm expecting great things in my heart. I speak peace to my heart in expectation of great things all around me. Yeah, I'm expecting great things. Oh, eyes may not see, but I choose to believe. Eyes may not see, but I choose to believe. You cannot trust your natural vision alone. You must put on spiritual eyes so that you can see your potential to live life and that more abundantly. Yeah, I believe in great things. Hey, oh, hey. All right, everybody, say thank you, theme song. Thank you, theme song. And theme song says you are quite welcome. All right, so welcome to our midday moment time together. And so we are, we have started a new reading. And this has worked very well for us to really just kind of use some of our in-house resources to teach, educate, and inspire from. And it gives you a chance to also add to your library if you so choose. You're not obligated to do so, but it is available to you. And so right now, for the next several weeks, we're taking a journey in this book titled It's Just That Simple. And the thesis of the book is based on the fact that Many faiths, including the Christian faith, we often make it easy for you to come on in, and then we make it so complicated for you to experience the promise of the faith, the promise of hope, the promise of love, encouragement, and so forth. And so it's just that simple. Says that the way you can experience our version of the Christian faith, and very specifically the teachings of who we refer to as Jesus, is to love God, the spirit of absolute good that you came from. Embrace love as your first nature. Embrace love as your origin. Two, learn to love yourself. And three, share the love with other people. Okay, it's just that simple. And we break it down so that we don't contaminate the abuse of love with the definition of love as we define it. Sometimes we use the word love very loosely. And so, love does not mean, I say this because I just feel like it's important to qualify, because we come into these hearings with so many different competing notions. And so love does not mean that you let people walk over you like a doormat. It's quite the opposite. Because I love myself, because I love myself, I don't do that to me, and you don't do that to me. I show you kindness and consideration. And when you have chosen to be lesser light, what we call evil, devilment, then I have the opportunity, and I have the right to release you and allow you to express and experience your lower level consciousness. But I'm not obligated. All right. And so those are some very important notions about that. Okay. Um, so the reading for today, I paused because I'm reminded of something when I was saying, because I say this often, that it's certain things that I have grown to not do to myself because I'm learning to love myself, as I embrace the origin of love that I come from. And so we believe that there's one presence, there's one power, there's one energy. That energy is God, and that energy is love. And what we see as devil is what we see as evil, is simply the unapparent good that someone, something has not yet manifested its good. So it sits in lower states of consciousness, or lesser light, chaos, darkness, evil. It is order waiting to be deciphered, waiting for somebody to get a clue that you can shine. You don't have to live there in the unknowing. Okay, anyways, I went a little further than I had intended. But this whole conversation just reminds me, I had a student several years ago who gave a presentation in class. She was at the time one of only three students, or three teenagers in the state of Florida that had been emancipated, meaning she could be her own adult. And she went before the judge because her father had molested her when she was young, and then she was molested in the foster care. And so she finally went before the judge and said, "Could you please let me be my own adult? Because I won't molest myself. I won't do that to myself. So how about you just let me love me? Because I can love me better than what these other people have been doing." hmm And so, I share that as I get ready to give you the quick little jewels for today, because we are very serious about the simplicity, about this equation, if you will, of love, to embrace your origin. I know you think your origin was the rape, the incest. That's not your origin. That's not your origin. Your spirit is eternal. So you existed long before that particular act. That was the vehicle that you came through, but you existed long before that act. So I'm really, really traveling today. Wow. Um, and so just really encouraging you to embrace, by faith, consider, consider Consider, consider that you came with love in mind, that you were sent here from divine mind. Just consider that you were sent here from divine mind, from divine intelligence, from the energy of love, and that a part of your journey is to evolve into the expression of love for yourself and with each other. Just consider that. All right, now here I go into my nuggets because we're on page 8 and 9 today, pushing in a little bit more on what some people call the third commandment, to love yourself. So to love God, love yourself and love your neighbor, or to love God, love your neighbor as yourself. And the way we sometimes decipher that is to love God, love yourself, and love your neighbor. And so just pushing in on that a little bit, not so much to define it, because we've been repeating it, but to talk about yet again what what are the distractions? Why is it so challenging to practice self-love? Why is it so challenging? So here we go. Jones rule number one is challenging, and we really already said it even in the story that I just shared with you. Jones rule number one is it's a challenge sometimes to practice self-love because of the drama that you've been through and that you've witnessed. The drama that you've been a part of, the drama that you engaged in, the drama that you initiated, or the drama that somebody initiated, and you hadn't figured out how to evolve from it. And so you experienced it. And so the drama, when we experience the drama, all the dramatics of life, sometimes it challenges us to practice self-love, particularly when we've been a target of the drama. hmm Yeah, it happens because we're all figuring stuff out. And so, even in the theory of interpersonal relationships, we talk about the stages of relationships. And so, the stages of relation, I don't want to mess it up, so let me Google real quick. I think it starts with forming. Um, Forming and storming. Let me see, what is it? Forming, stages of relationships. Some of y'all already know. I'm gonna say forming. Oh, there we go. Forming, storming, norming, and performing. So forming, storming, norming, and performing. So that theoretically, communication research says that regardless of the nature of the relationship, that in order for it to evolve in its formation, it's going to go through some storming and some norming and some performing. It's going to go through that. And so when we experience the drama of the storming that takes place as relationships evolve, whether that's parental, professional, or romantic, social, and so forth, there's some adjusting. And sometimes when we kind of get stuck, or the extent to which we've experienced that drama, it becomes a challenge to love ourselves. Jones rule number two, the trauma from the drama very often creates a challenge for us to love ourselves. The trauma from the drama. You can go right back to the story that I just told about my former student. It's a challenge to love yourself when everybody that's supposed to be a picture of love and care violates, brings hurt and harm into your presence. It's a challenge. Very often you internalize, like, is something wrong with me? Something wrong with me? I must be just the scum of the earth that this could happen, that this can happen to me. And so the drama, and very often the trauma from the drama, often presents a challenge to love self. Jones rule number three. Today, in response to the drama and in response to the trauma, I offer you a comma. You know what commas do in a sentence? It lets you know there's more. It's not a period, it's a comma. I experienced this, comma, and now. I'm encouraging you, put a comma after your drama and after your trauma. Put a comma there. Keep on going. There's more light for you to experience. There's more joy, more hope, more peace, more prosperity, more health, more harmony in relationships. There is more for you to experience. I came that you may have life and have that more abundantly. There is more. Don't give up. Keep hope alive. Keep the faith. There is more. There is more. I know sometimes you seem like, man, as soon as I get close, bam, here's another drama. Here's another trauma. Keep putting the commas there. You can use as many commas as you wish. You can use as many commas as your paragraph requires. Don't worry about all these grammatical, too much comma splicing. Splice it up. Put commas all over the place. Just put commas all over the place. A whole paragraph. Make it a long run-on sentence. Y'all remember in English, the teacher used to say this is a run-on sentence. It has no ending. Make it a run-on sentence. Tap into your divine self. In human self, sure, we put a period there. But from your divine self, put as many commas in there as you wish. And live your life. You came here for a reason. I often said in the midday moment, I'm getting ready to close, that I do the midday moment because I'm inspired. And I'm inspired because there's a certain way that I live my life with commas so that I can overcome on purpose, so that I can live on purpose and live out my purpose. So as you come through your dramas and your traumas, put some commas there and keep going. Keep on moving. All right. I love you, everybody. Take care. I love you. Like and share. Don't be stingy. All right. Take care, everybody. I love you. I'll see you next week. Because typically I don't do midday moments on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. But we got the daily download still going, and we have other opportunities for you to be encouraged and inspired through various partners in our Kingdom Network. And you can go to our Kotech Church of the Everlasting Kingdom. You can go to our Kotech family page as well. That's our network. They're listed. We are part of. Many of us are a subsidiary of Church of the Everlasting Kingdom, and we enjoy encouraging, inspiring people to live their best lives. All right. Take care, everybody. I love you. God bless you.
Powering off.
Thank you, dear. God bless you, and God be.